Yeah, fuck that. America, we gon' crash cruise. You got us trapped in a system with cash rules. We looking like some damn fools. See, we expect the man that rank the village, the land, to be the hand that get a black man food. That's the definition of insanity. We some damn fools. Gotta teach our seeds to fish to get their damn food. Cause America's so damn rude. But we gon' set it straight. We put the U.S. in the word United States. My country tends to be Alliance States. Y'all import drugs, more folks get hooked on. World War II on masses shifting heroin. And Rockefeller on the drug called methadone. The same shit my pops and my man pops was on.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? It's your man Vince Pass in the building. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what show it is today. Unapologetically Vince. Y'all know what it is, man. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. Unapologetically Vince. What is next for the black man in America? A lot of things going on out here, people. A lot of things going on out here. You feel me? If you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, it's a lot going on. But first, I would like to say, as usual, this brother is always in the mix of something. You feel what I'm saying? Positive, man. And I just got to give a shout out to my man Byron Allen, because he is possibly in the process, whether you guys notice or not, of purchasing Black Channel News. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I believe they're in negotiations for Byron to come on through and drop a stack on everybody right now. You know what I'm saying? And from what is reported is that he's going to buy the Black News Channel for $11 million. So the news came out after Afrotech previously told people that the news outlets filed for bankruptcy after losing one of its biggest investors, Jacksonville Jaguar owner Shahad Khan. And so Byron Allen stepped in, you know what I'm saying, after he found out how much the network was worth. He's $11 million. Yo, I want it all. You feel me? I want it all. So the deadline for the bid was for July 11, 5 p.m. under the United States Bankruptcy Court in North District, Florida, where it's being reported that there was no other qualified competitors. So guess what? My man Byron Allen is getting ready to step in and do his 1-2 thing. So, definitely shout out to Byron Allen. Byron Allen has been around for a long time. A lot of people don't know, you know what I'm saying? He started out as a comedian on the circuit, out of California. You dig what I'm saying? And so Byron Allen is willing to reinvest his money back into the Black News Channel because, he was like, we got to do better. That's how he's always been. And he says it's a bad mark on us as a country that the Black News Channel didn't get enough support to have diversity and ownership, diversity in voices, and diversity of viewpoints. Allen said the outlet reports, all right, cable industry, you got one more chance at that. All right, ad community, you got one more chance at that. So we're going to work closely with folks to let them show the world who they really are. Listen, it is important that you support Black, man. I don't understand what is wrong with people. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to my girl Vintage is in the building. You feel what I'm saying? I jumped in and just got started. Vintage, what's happening with you? I accidentally made a mistake and took the overlay off. I don't know how that just happened. But let me get the overlay back up so we can push this back. But yeah, man, it's crazy how when you got the Black News Channel, right, with all of these innovators that we have out here, all of these businesses that we have out here, how is it that the Black News Channel doesn't have enough support? We have enough singers, actors, actresses. We have all these people making all this money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just curious on how the Black News Channel doesn't get the support that's necessary from the Black community. Well, you know what? That's part of the reason what we're going to talk about later on tonight. So, shout out to Byron Allen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his rise to get to this level the way he is, man. We hopefully, be looking at one of the next Black male media moguls in America, and that'll be dope. You got Oprah on one side, and you got Byron Allen on the other. And Byron Allen was trying to buy something else back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I know he put his bid in for some cable network, I believe, and of course, he didn't get it, but hey, it was worth the shot. You know what I'm saying? So, as I do about this time, before I get deeper into the program, you know what I'm saying? I definitely always want to give a shout out to my TBT family. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Truth Be Told. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, check out my man Drop Squad. You did my man Drop 52. Catch him on twitter.com/Drop Squad 52. Yo, it's Black Not Democrat. Catch my man. You did what I'm saying. If you know, my man Kels is nuts. His shows on TikTok, they starting to catch momentum, everybody. So follow my man Kels is nuts 21. All right, he's on YouTube, everything. He on everything. Just get on all his platforms. All right. If you know anybody, man, that's having a tough time doing what they do, trying to live, trying to breathe, just trying to make things happen in their life, and they're feeling like things are just not going their way. Yo, listen, 1-800-273-8255, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. 1-800-273-8255. Please, let's go. Let's point them in the right direction with that. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, you can always catch my radio show, One Voice, One Mic. You dig what I mean? Audio podcast. You did. You always catch that. You catch it on Anchor. You can catch it on Anchor.fm. You can catch it on Apple. You can catch it on Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Radio, Spotify. Check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, be there, and all that good stuff. All right? Okay, here we go. So the overlay now wants to act right, okay? I guess Byron's picture was just taking up everything. Must have been a super duper picture. I should have narrowed it down. But anyway, shout out to Byron Allen. But anyway, like I was saying to you, yeah, catch my show. If you can't catch it on video, catch it on audio. You know what I'm saying? Just click, tag, and share it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do out here. You know what I mean? If you ever in Cincinnati, stop by Stadium Sports Bar, 8201 Hamilton Avenue, Mount Healthy, Ohio. You know what I mean? They have a great atmosphere, great crowd in there every Friday, Saturday night. No violence, no anything of that nature. Adult setting. Yeah, it's definitely an adult setting, adult crowds out there. You dig what I mean? So listen, man, come on out. Enjoy the sights of Cincinnati. Cincinnati got so much going on right now. Jazz Fest getting ready to come up. Jazz all this week in the park, Jazz on the square. So much going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati got it popping. All right. So listen, we got a day party going on the 30th with Vince. So come out. You know what I'm saying? Prime Sports Bar right there on Coleraine. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? My girl Sandy Bradford Tucker, she is definitely putting it down in the city right now. You dig what I mean? She's putting it down in the city. Putting it down in the city. Yo, listen, let me ask y'all a question real quick. I'm unapologetic when I say certain things, right? All right. So look, this dude right here. What is going on? What happened to Orlando Brown? Okay. Orlando Brown, it seemed to all of a sudden just started catching fire. Okay, after what he said on an interview about Bow Wow. He said Bow Wow got some good baduzzi. And I'm like, it shocked me when he said it because I'm like, yo, what is he talking about? Son, he talking about son got some good baduzzi. And I'm saying to myself, like, oh man, Bow Wow, please don't say you got yourself caught up in the Matrix, son. You feel what I'm saying? Please don't say you did. But if he did, I'm like, you know what I mean? But Bow Wow, like, yo, listen, man, I don't know what you're talking about. You feel me? Because, yo, listen, this is a different Bow Wow you talking about. I got kids, bro. I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? But Bow Wow sounded like he was ready to up the heat or something. You feel what I mean? And go holler at Orlando Brown. You know what I mean? But hey, listen. Anything to I guess to get your momentum back? But dang, I would not think that no matter what it is to catch your momentum, you would stoop this low and go this far. Whether it's true or not, you know what I'm saying? But that's that cloud chasing thing. You feel what I'm saying? Orlando, if you cloud chasing, whether it's true or not, yo man, this is the wrong way to deal with it, man. This is how people get hurt. This is how people get hurt. Real rap. Let it not be no mystery. People get hurt off of lies like that, or even if it's the truth. People get hurt because look, you don't want to be exposed. You don't want to be put out there, right? Especially by somebody who one time you was cool with, right? Yeah, you don't want to be your life put on front page like that. Well, guess what? Shad, you might be on the front page right now. So, we're going to wait and see what happens with this situation. But whatever's going on in Orlando Brown, man, listen, if that's the way that he feel like he wants to clear his head and clear his truth and give his proof or whatever, then so be it. Or, I hope that is not true. You know what I'm saying? And Bow Wow, you can kind of, give him some grace because the brother look like he's going through something. You know what I'm saying? Look at the eyes. Ooh, that look really creepy. You know what I'm saying? It look really, 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 really creepy. Oh man. So anyway, let's keep pushing. So let me tell you, I'm gonna talk about an interesting story. All right, cops in Washington D.C. Okay, arrest 17 members of Congress today. Yes, 17 members of Congress was arrested for outside at the abortion rally in D.C. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I said to y'all yesterday on the other show, right, that look, this is havoc that has been made by the Republican Party in the Supreme Court. 17 members of Congress, okay, along with 35 other people were arrested yesterday on a protest in several stage protests around the country, okay, with the Roe versus Wade being overturned. Okay, can you blame people? They blocked off the streets. They did all that, man. Like it was going down in DC the other day. You feel me? And so, one of the representatives, I believe it was Captain Clark of Democrat of Massachusetts, the extremist Republicans are determined to take us back in a time and take away our rights. Clark wrote in the Post, they can arrest me, but we won't allow them to arrest freedom. Hey, man, it is so serious. Republican Carolyn Maloney, the Democrat from New York, she was also arrested, according to a statement posted on her Twitter account. There is no democracy if women do not have control over their own bodies and decisions about their own health, including reproductive care, Maloney said in a statement. She claimed Republicans' goal is to institute a national ban on abortion. She said, we won't let them. We will be back. You feel what I'm saying? So, listen, this thing is getting big. And mind you, majority of these women, senators that were arrested were women, were Democratic women. So you got to understand, like, this thing is really, really serious. Women are fighting for their right for their bodies, period. You know what I'm saying? But I believe, my girlfriend last night asked me to look at this thing in a whole different perspective, and so I said, "Bet that's exactly what I'm gonna do." So I'm gonna come with a different point of view. Um, could it be that God at this moment is causing people to start looking at their decisions on how they do things more carefully? Think about it. If you was in the Old Testament, right, and you wasn't married and you got pregnant, you was ostracized, okay, or you was stoned, okay. So we wouldn't have lasted in the Old Testament. Let's be clear. We would not have lasted. You feel me? If you steal something, your head coming off. You rape somebody, you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was cut and dry in the Old Testament what was going down. Okay, the law was the law, and that was it. Okay, the king and the priest, that's what it was. It was no ifs, ands, buts. Everything was just everything. That was it. All right. So with 17 members of Congress getting arrested yesterday, it's no surprise. You dig what I'm saying? It's no surprise. Representative Cori Bush of I believe in Missouri, excuse me, she said with the members of the squad, which are progressive female members of the House, including Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, Ayanna Presley of Massachusetts, Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, they were all at the protest. And Bush wrote, okay, because Cori Bush wrote that the Supreme Court will not stop us. Even though they arrested us, we won't stop organizing, agitating, and legislating for justice. We got us. And she added, Bush was detained by officers, according to Washington-based reporter Raquel Martin. The Missouri congresswoman retweeted Martin's post to her account. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is gonna get really, really heated up. This is just the beginning. I don't know whether y'all know it or not, The House passed a bill today to protect same-sex marriages and interracial marriage. So now you have a situation. I want y'all to hear me. You have a situation where same-sex marriages and interracial marriages were going to be attacked next. Okay, so what has happened now is that the House passed a law that, yo, listen, y'all can't mess with it. All right, y'all don't mess with everything else. Y'all cannot mess with this. Okay, this is something really serious, and all I can tell you is that so many things are about to be messed with. So we're gonna have to just continue to keep our heads up, heads on swivel, so we know what's coming up next. You feel what I'm saying? A lot will be coming up next. So let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Across the bottom of the screen, right now, that I'm getting ready to show for the rest of this show, these are men and women who have been killed since after the George Floyd murder and of May in 2020. 229 black people or people of color have been killed by the hands of the police. And the question for me remains is that what is next for black people in America? The black family stays under attack. George Floyd did not bring about no change. What it has done, it has given white officers, gotta say it, many white officers, even a bigger pass ever since debunking or deflating, police bills, police funding. They threaten to strike. They threaten to walk. They threaten to do X, Y, Z. But we still are finding ourselves dying by the hands of many of these officers. And so tonight, I come to you very humbly and I ask you, what is next for the black family? What is next for the black man in America? What is next? As we continue to, look at many of the negative sides of the coin, because that's what the media shows us. The media shows us this stuff to build up a level of psychological paranoia. So when the time comes for you to do or say something, there's a level of fear in which is instilled inside of you. And so what happens is that once that becomes a part of you, you don't want to become a part of a movement in which you should be a part of, in which you should be marching in which you should be speaking about, in which you should be teaching. You feel what I'm saying? And now we have a situation where we're frozen in time. And I believe right now this is where we're at. We're frozen in time when it comes to the civil rights movement. It should have never stopped. Where are our leaders? Well, I have to tell you that, you know, many of our leaders are one, too old, two, passed away, or three, are too old and still taking bribery, hush money, and to keep to gather black people just to go to the polls while they instill fear of going to the polls. So it's like a win-win for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how we are at this cusp again. We are at this place again. Okay, we was back at this place in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? We have done so much to be quiet. When are we gonna make some noise? Like, Black Lives Matter movement, that was a farce. But I can tell you this much: at some point, it's gonna have to be black men, black people getting together without political, without strategy, without planning. It's gonna just have to be us. It's gonna have to be us marching. I don't need a permit to parade myself through a city. or to put on something saying please stop killing black people. I don't need no permit for that to let you know what's going on, for y'all to stop doing what y'all doing. And mind you, again, I say this again, it's not all police. It's not. But we still haven't had the level of justice that we've asked for. So we had another case today that the judge said, look, there's not enough evidence to pursue the case. You feel what I'm saying? So uh I forgot the brother's name, and this is why sometimes I don't like holding these articles off, because they don't never show back up. But yeah, another case today, I believe it was Elijah Coles, the young man who was a vegetarian and all that. He was walking home from the store, and somebody called the police, said he looked suspicious, and they said that it wasn't enough evidence to pursue charges against the police officers who intentionally threw their body cams, dropped their body cams in this situation. So what do you mean that they're not gonna get in trouble because the law wasn't followed? Like, explain that. How you got two officers who body cams fell off of them, and one of the officers say, "Don't give me that thing. Get it out of my face." What? That don't make no sense. I'm just trying to get an understanding. Just trying to get an understanding. But as we keep going in this thing, and more black people just keep dying and dying. More young black males just keep getting killed and killed and killed. And then you ask yourself, why are we still at the bottom of the totem pole? It's not just the fact that, we are in lower in every statistical category. It's not just that. It's because we've been treated with such disrespect. They know the truth. They know the truth. They know that 1619 was real. They know slavery was real, no matter how many times they try to get rid of the CRT. You feel me? The critical race theory program, or people that can teach that thing. It's no mystery. They know that is real. They know that history has been lost, stolen, and strayed. They know that history has been tampered with. But remember, history is only being told by the people, right, who created the history, so they can hide the truth. They're writing it so you can read it, so you can have it indoctrinated in you. So I ask you today, with all of the videos that we got our kids out here in, twerking, fighting, shooting, partying, like the video I showed yesterday of the 12-year-old who had a studio party with a stripper. With the mother, with the parents laughing, or the mother laughing in the background, like it's some type of new trend to keep up with the Joneses. What are we teaching our children? We teaching our children all of the things that'll keep them back, but we don't teach them nothing that's gonna push them ahead. We not recognizing their talents early. We not recognizing their thirst to know something different besides sports. I'm gonna say this, man. I've taught and coached a lot of kids, but the one thing that I've never stopped teaching was the fact that grades were more important. But I do wish I would have had my sons more into the arts. I can honestly say that. I wish I could have them. I had them more into art and the culture. Not saying that they not culture. I wish I would have had them in it more instead of sports, because sports is a small out. You feel me? I'm gonna play a clip for y'all from Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu. He is the man who wrote the book The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. And he wrote Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. So, let me give y'all a moment. I'm gonna let y'all check this out, and let me know what you think.
and that's that there were a million black boys last year that wanted to play in the NBA. Of that million, only 400,000 will even make it to play high school ball. Of that 400,000, only 4,000 will be able to make it to play college ball. Of that 4,000, only 35 will make it to the NBA. Of that 35, only 7 start. And the average life in the NBA is 4 years. So the real problem is we have a million brothers looking for 7 full-time jobs the last 4 years. And yet last year we had 100,000 jobs available to be a computer programmer, engineer, or doctor, and only 1,000 brothers qualified. So our appeal to black males is to realize the odds. That you do most will be that you do best. I mean, we were the first doctor, not Hippocrates, Imhotep. So we have the ability either in math or science or music and sports. But that you do most will be that you do best. If you play basketball from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you'll be a very good basketball player. If you went home and went to the library, you'd be a very good scholar. We need more black male role models that will encourage our youth in math and science.
Yo. Now, mind you, this is an old clip from the Phil Donahue show. Okay, shout out to Phil Donahue, man, because when I was coming up, Phil Donahue definitely was a rebel in that category of not being afraid to bring media. And even though he was very controversial in why he did the things that he did, he wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid for America to see the truth. And I applaud him for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So listen to what he said. Dr. Kajufu said, okay, you got 7 men competing. You got 7 full time positions that kids are competing with for from the time that they are young. Millions of kids wanting to play basketball. The stat is crazy. You feel me? 35 of them get drafted. This is what he's talking about when he's talking about the draft. 35 get drafted, right? 7 start. So what happens to the other 28? And literally, that's what you have to ask yourself. Am I pushing my kid to do what is necessary for them to become successful? Why am I pushing my kid off into these sports the way that I am when here goes, computer engineering, these jobs are over here that black men are not even trying to become qualified for? But we'll stay up on a video game all day, but won't learn how to game a code. I don't understand. But again, as a parent, we don't always have all of the greatest ideas. We don't have all of the answers. We don't. But I can tell you what we do have. We do have other brothers and sisters that are out here trying to fight the good fight. And I question the fact that, are we willing for the one moment to challenge ourselves to say, yo, son, daughter, let me move you over into this area as well. Because I need for you to know that sports aren't forever. At that time, the lifespan of an NBA basketball player was only 4 years. Why is that? During that time, because the game was tough. It wasn't easy playing back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, this is a new NBA right now. It ain't no touching in this new NBA. You can play D, stay in front of a person, but there's no knocking you down and going to the hole and pushing. It ain't none of that no more. They got rules for all that. The same way they got rules for you for whooping on your kid that need their butt whooped and thinking that they could do a better job with these laws they handing down. I digress. All I'm saying is that, ladies and gentlemen, what is next for black people? What is next for the black family? We in trouble. Okay? I'm watching videos the other day on TikTok and I'm looking at these thirsty videos. That cucumber prank video shows the nature of some women, man. But these are the daughters that we raise, or some of the daughters that are being raised without fathers. Black men, I implore you to please get on your post. Get on your job. What is going on? Why can't you not understand that you are needed in the lives of your children? If you left your home, you are needed in your homes. If you are married and you left for some, you're needed. And if you're not going to be with her, put your wife away. Let somebody else that want to deal with her and be with her, be with her. But your family, what about your family, your kids, your airlight, your successors? Not, excuse me, not successors, your successors. What's going on? What about them? Listen, man, wise words spoken by wise men, man. All I can tell you is this: that black man, if you can't expect for a nation to rise if you're not there, who the woman going to find to protect them? Well, we got a lot of women out here thinking they can protect other women, which is fine if you got that weapon. But when men start putting that strong hand down, men, where you at? Where you at? Where we at? We push our kids into so many different other things, but we don't push them to fulfill their actual potential of the things that they like when they were kids. Whatever happened to when you saw your kid doing something with math and numbers, and you'd be like, hey, what about let's go ahead and get you into this math program. But they telling you no, and you not and you saying, okay, what about working with your kid at home? When the last time you sat down to do some homework? And I'm not talking about the parents that are out here working 2 or 3 jobs because they went out and had, wait a minute, stop, let me rewind that. I am talking to the parents that got 2 or 3 jobs because they chose to lay down and have 5 kids by 4 different men. You got to reroute your plan. I don't want to live like this all my life. You're right. I wouldn't want you to live like that either. But you knew the decision that you made when you laid down and you cock wind them legs open and you let that man spew all in you. Yeah, you knew what you was doing, and now you hate him or he off to jail. Got to do a bid with him. You put money on his books, holding off relationships. Men that want to be with you, that can help you, that want to rock and roll with you. But you holding off relationships to be with a dude who was cheating on you 3 or 4 times. You knew it, but you ain't say nothing because the money was good. Or what about the black man who got a late start? Because let me tell y'all something, black women, whether you know it or not, the system is designed for that. It's not designed for the black man to get ahead. It's not designed for the black man to get an early start on this. Why you think we don't know half the things that we were learning now? It's so much I'm learning at 50. There's a lot that we just didn't know. It's a lot that we just didn't know. So that we get held accountable for that. We got black women saying we lazy, we this, we that. No, we not being respected. Baby girl, just because you driving your Benz and I'm driving a Honda Accord, please don't think for one moment that I'm not in a position to be able to lead, you feel me, to lead you. Because the reality is that yes, I am able to lead you. If you think your money is what is more meaningful than the relationship, then you know what, stay married to your money. But this is what the system has been designed to do. You feel me? This is what the system has been designed to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying for one moment that, there's some brothers out here that are not fulfilling, their role as men. But with black women, stop having unrealistic, you feel what I'm saying, unrealistic thoughts and ideas of what type of man you want. And a lot of us aren't getting started till later. The most talented ones, some of us aren't getting started till later. Just saying, we are in trouble. What are we going to do? Well, listen, first of all, let me say this. Shout out to everybody that comes in here, man. Whether you passing through, whether you stay and you listen to the show. Yo, shout out to you, man. Shout out to everyone out there that's doing their thing. There is no blueprint to this. But I can tell you this once. If the black family do not get together, we do not get together soon, we are definitely doomed. I am a black mastermind. Let's be clear. You dig what I'm saying? I rock this shirt with pride. I am a black mastermind. It took me till I turned 50 to understand what business really was about. I thought I was handling my business. It took me till I got 50 to understand what this thing was about. Now I understand. Now I know. Now I'm responsible. You feel me? So, we got to take it back. We got to learn where these resources are. We got to know how to get it. We got to know how to link up. We got to know how to collaborate. We got to know how to do all these things. But if we don't, we are through. I don't want to hear another person talk Black Wall Street to me till you understand what collectiveness is. Okay? Until you understand what collectiveness, okay, you know, we not gonna make it, man. That's just the bottom line. We are not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And we should always be working in collective work and responsibility, man. We should always be working in that area, man. Always, 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 man. We always should be working in Ujama, man. Always. Okay? Always, 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 always should be working in Ujama. You feel me? And for all of y'all that don't know what Ujama is, that is collective finances and economics, man. I just, it's just crazy, man. It's Ujama is cooperative economics, and Ujima is collective work and responsibility. We should always be working in 3 and 4, Ujama and Ujima. You feel me? And so, I implore you that please, please, please support Black business, steer your kids into other directions. Be interested in what your kids are interested in. Know what your kids like. Know what your kids love, so you can begin to set the bar high for them early and push them to be their greater and their better selves. All right, because if not, we gonna be continue walking around like the Walking Dead, and then soon we gonna be dead. Yo, listen, man, I'm your man Vince Pass, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play that clip one more time, man. Dr. Professor Jawanda Kajufu.
Another way. And that's that there were a million Black boys last year that wanted to play in the NBA. Of that million, only 400,000 will even make it to play high school ball. Of that 400,000, only 4,000 will be able to get to play college ball. Of that 4,000, only 35 will make it to the NBA. Of that 35, only 7 start. And the average life in the NBA is 4 years. So the real problem is we have a million brothers looking for 7 full-time jobs the last 4 years. And yet last year we had 100,000 jobs available to be a computer programmer, engineer, or doctor, and only 1,000 brothers qualified. So our appeal to Black males is to realize the odds. That you do most will be that you do best. I mean, we were the first doctor, not Hippocrates, Imhotep. So we have the ability either in math or science or music and sports. For that you do most, we that.
Yeah. It's your man Vince Pass. Y'all know what it is.
That you do best. If you play basketball from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you'll be a very good basketball player. If you went home and went to the library, you'd be a very good scholar. We need more Black male role models that will encourage our youth in math and science. Ishmael.
Yo, y'all know what it is. Your man Vince Pass in the building. Yo, I'm up out of here. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, fuck that. America, we gon' crash cruise. You got us trapped in the system with cash rules. We looking like some damn fools. See, we expect the men that rape the village, the land, to be the hand that get a Black man food. That's the definition of insanity. We some damn fools. Gotta teach our seeds to fish to get their damn food. Cause America's so damn rude. But we gon' set it straight. We put the U.S. in the word United States. My country, tis of the Alliance States. Y'all import drugs, poor folks get hooked on. World War II on masses shifting heroin. And Rockefeller on the drug called methadone. The same shit my pops and my man pops was on. Try to exterminate the babies in the 80s with coke. Yeah, y'all try to break our backs in 88. Reagan cut coke and design crack. He cut that cocoa baking soda, kept us coming back. Now that's 3 generations back to back to back. Hit with heroin and cut with coke and clap with crack. But we still here. We still standing. Yeah, pyramid planners, we still planning. Yeah, we built this city down to the concrete. Slave bones work from being worked to death on Wall Street. Motherfucker. Yeah. This is Black